Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
I think one moment that I'll always remember from the debates in 2012 was during the second presidential debate. And there was an exchange between Governor Mitt Romney and President Barack Obama on the issue of Benghazi. Of course, Benghazi had been the focus of a lot of anger and criticism, particularly from Republicans and conservatives, and particularly anger focused on the President of the United States for failing to say that it was terrorism, an act of terror. And Mitt Romney, when he heard Barack Obama saying that he got in the Rose Garden the day after and declared it an act of terror, pounced because he clearly thought a door had been opened. He was going to nail the president on an obvious falsehood.
Governor, if you want to reply
I
quickly to this, please.
I certainly do. I think it's interesting the president just said something which is that on the day after the attack, he went to the Rose Garden and said that this was an act of terror.
He said to the president several times, you called it? You called it an act of terror?
You said in the Rose Garden, the day after the attack, it was an act of terror.
And the president said, I think now, somewhat famously, please proceed, Governor.
Is that what you're saying?
Please proceed, Governor.
I want to make sure we get that for the record.
And the president responded, check the transcript, at which point Candy Crowley.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
Showed the importance of a moderator just sort of stipulating what the actual facts of the matter are. Candy Crowley was right about the transcript. She was right about what Barack Obama said. It was a factual dispute, and she correctly identified what the actual facts were, and I think that was a pretty good moment.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.